Greetings, I'm Barrett and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. Today I'm going to be doing a crowdfunding playthrough of Ruinborn Dungeons of Cabora. This is a 1 to 4 player dungeon crawler that can be played either solo, also it can be played cooperatively, and it can even be played competitively as well. In this preview, I am going to be showing you all the different components that are part of the prototype, and we'll be doing a playthrough as well. And as we're doing some setup, I'll also show you the different components that we're not going to be using for the game, so you can see all the different things that were provided for this playthrough. And of course, this is just going to be a sample of all the things that are to come during the crowdfunding. This is, of course, a sample prototype. So that other thing is everything in here is subject to change, and the components are not finalized. But when we get to showing off the components, just wait and see. They are really, really good. I would think they're not actually going to move too much farther from what you see here. But of course, things will change as they go forward because production will be even better than what you see on the table. So now if you're excited to see Ruinborn Dungeons of Cabora, then I need you to meet me at the table. The first thing we're going to do is set up our board. We have the board right here and we've set up all the tiles on this. I'm going to go over a little bit more in depth how this particular part of it works once we start talking about the mission itself. But do know that this is a completely blank hexagonal board that you're going to be placing tiles down on, creating an entire dungeon. So every time you play, this is going to be completely different because you're never going to know what tiles are where. Of course, there are a few that are set tiles. For example, these are going to be where our characters enter the dungeon. This is, of course, the boss monster and where the boss monster is going to sit. That could change based on the mission you're playing. And then we have some gate tokens as well. And these you have to open to try to escape into the next stage of the dungeon or to escape to win. In the game, we are going to also be collecting souls. That is the numbers you see moving around the sides of the board. We're going to be collecting them with this particular token here. Every character does come with a token that you can use. And if you're playing competitively, whoever has the most souls at the end of the game is considered the winner. In the co-op mode, we're just going to use these souls to do different abilities, activate cards, and hopefully try to keep ourselves alive as we move through the dungeon to try to defeat the boss and move on to the next stage. The pool for competitive cooperative is, I believe, a single pool that both of us can use. I could be wrong about that. I could still have to maybe track them individually and we have to use our own souls. But for my demo purposes here, we are just going to use it as one pool, and if I'm wrong about that, I do apologize. Though if you do get across the board completely to 99, there are tokens that do say 100, so you can actually go above 100 souls in this game. The next thing we're going to do is grab all of our tokens. These are the money tokens up here. These are going to be tracking certain things on the board and also during the game for different cards. These are our danger tokens that are going to activate based on whatever the mission is or scenario you are playing. These are all the different potions and torches down here that we could potentially buy from this merchant as the game goes forward. There are two more tokens, and that is the first player token and the quest token. These are going to be passed around the players as the game goes forward. So one of our characters is going to start with both of those tokens, and it'll move around as we continue through. This right here is the merchant. This is Alex and Oscar, the merchant and the dealer chimpanzee. This is what we're going to do to potentially buy items from. And also we're going to gain some of our cards that we can use for our characters. The first set of cards we have are the treasure cards. This is a pretty massive stack of treasure cards, as you can see. Now, the funny thing is, there's not many treasures in here. What we're going to do is sort them by the mission that we're doing right now. So this is going to match up with our particular mission, which is going to be the same as this tile right here and the one that's in our book that we're going to read about pretty soon. We're going to mix up all of these cards and place them down here. Whenever we interact with a merchant, we're going to place one of these out in the merchant slots to buy. And as you can see, the final one here is actually half price, which is kind of cool. This right here gives you the ability to pay 3 gold to cycle all 3 of those cards if you wish to do that. Or you could just buy one you do not know what it is for 7 gold. It's up to you. The other thing that is going to be on that board is going to be our sorcery cards. These are the sorcery cards. They are set up again based on the type, and there are 4 different types of cards, not only based on the scenario, but but also based on a particular type of card. These are auras. These are usually good for us. There are also going to be, let's see here, dark rituals. These are usually bad for us. There are going to be spells, which we can use. Those are usually good for us. And then, of course, there's going to be forfeit, which are usually pretty bad for us. So we're going to give this a shuffle off screen and place it down right there. I'm not going to try to do it right now. So that is going to be where those are. And we can, again, buy one of those for 4 points, or coins, I should say, if we wish to. Just to give you an example, here's the rest of the treasure cards that I'm not going to be using for this particular mission because they're used for another mission later on in the game. And these are usually a little bit more stronger. These are like 18 each. This one's going to be 10. I mean, there's some in here that are super expensive, 22. So these do get increasingly powerful, more powerful as you go forward. And each one of these, well, I'll talk about in more detail when we start using them. And the same with our sorcery cards. We do have more sorcery cards that are going to be gained as we go through the different parts of the game. Now, on top of that, we're not only going to gain different sorcery cards because of cooperativeness, but there also are competitive cards in here. If you notice this little dot down here, that is denoting that this card is a cooperative card. So this is going to be used in the cooperative cards. As you can see, more spells and things. And this symbol up here represents the particular mission or part of the dungeon that we're in and playing again. So that's why they're all up here. Now, if we continue on into this stack, we're also going to find cards that are not cooperative. Let's see here as we go through these. Let's see if I can find some here. Actually, no, these are all cooperative. These are all cooperative. So all of these are cooperative cards. These are all cooperative cards. It's out of control. Look at how many cards there are. There's like an astronomical amount of cards that we can gain. So this game is not stingy on cards that you can gain in the game, making, again, the replay value out of control. These are the ones that I was looking for that are going to be for the cooperative or the competitive version. They're all going to, instead of having that open symbol, it's going to have, or a closed symbol, sorry, it's going to have an open symbol down here. These are for the competitive one. Notice it says instant sabotage, give -1 to a rolled die. Like, we're not going to do that to our friends. -1 to an escape die. We're not going to do that to our friends. So these are all competitive cards as we go through the game here. So there's a ton of those as well. Moving on from the merchant, we are going to find our threat track. This is going to increase as we spend time in this dungeon, uncovering nodes, and also just going through our normal turns. And as we get to certain thresholds, different things are going to happen in this dungeon. These are random, or not random, these are based on whatever mission you're playing. And for this particular one, I have the smell. I also have the earthquake and chaos also came in here. So there's just 3 so far that are out there, and of course more to come. We do also have our enemy, which is going to be the Queen Gloomscant, that we'll talk about in more detail as we play. This up here is a curse deck. That deck is going to be drawn from whenever you fall in the dungeon and have to be revived. You are going to take a curse card, and that is the what is it? The treasure of this particular monster. If you're able to kill the monster, you get that treasure. And of course, you have to try to get out. We will, like I said, talk a little more about the powers and the abilities and stuff we see on this card when we get to actually doing the playthrough. The next board I'm going to show you is the quest board and the time track. I'm going to put a token down here on the one that is purple, and that's because I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan. The colors for what I'm using them for aren't exactly probably the right color I'm supposed to be using, but that's okay. I like Vikings. We're going to use purple. This is our quest deck, and again, it is based on the specific mission or dungeon that we're in. This is going to be revealed at the beginning of the rounds, and it's going to be based on player count. So if you're playing solo, you're going to be revealing one of these every round for 8 rounds. For the other versions 2 and 4 players, we're revealing 2 of them for up to 4 rounds. And for this, the 3 players, we're going to be revealing 3. So every round, we're going to be revealing 2 of these since we are going to be playing with 2 players, and they're going to stop being revealed after 4. We're going to reveal them and place them out onto this area of the board. If we ever are not able to place a quest, then we don't get to place one. And of course, if we ever discard any or complete them, we'll put them into the discard pile. In this area, we do have our dice. This is going to be, we do have to roll a dice in this game, so we do have a couple of those. During the cooperative mode or the solo mode, you are going to be choosing the difficulty you wish to play at. We are going to be playing at normal. There are other difficulties as well. We have, this is first off the competitive one, which you're always going to have out if you're playing the competitive version. But then we have easy, hard, extreme, and impossible. What these cards are doing is when you go into combat or you're attempting to flee, you'll be rolling one of these dice, and and adding it up to any other modifiers that we have from our equipment or our characters or the enemies or things of that nature. Once we roll the die, we're going to compare it to this chart. If, for example, we roll a 1, we miss. If we roll a 2, we're going to have -2 to whatever our normal attack power is. Then up here, as you can see, when we get to the highest one, 6, you get +2. That's fantastic. Not to mention, if you try to flee, this means you failed. This means you get out, but you're going to be attacked by the enemy. And this one, of course, means you made it. That's fantastic. You fleed. You ran away. The normal one is here, but as you can see, it does get much harder. For example, I'm just going to show you the hard card. Impossible. That sounds pretty bad. Here's the extreme card. Here we go. For example, if we roll 1 and 2, we automatically miss. That's terrible. But then we get -3, -2, -1. If we roll a 6, we get our normal attack. I mean, oh my gosh, it's like drawing tokens out of the Arkham Horror bag. I mean, it's just brutal. Miss. I mean, -4, -2. I mean, nothing's good when you get these hard and impossible extreme modes. Of course, the easy one does still have some pluses, as does the normal mode, which is what we're going to be playing on. The 1 will miss, but the 2 and 3 and 4 are going to give negative to our attack, but the rest are going to be either the same or positive, which will help us out. So that is going to be our card we're going to keep down there. This is what's called the trap deck. If you reveal one of these symbols in the dungeon while we're running around, we're going to be flipping over one of these cards and dealing with it. It could be an event, it could be a trap, or it could be an enemy that we have to deal with. We're not sure what's going to be in here. And of course, once you're able to complete whatever is in there, you're probably going to gain some types of rewards. This particular track here is going to be used in combat, and that's how you're going to be able to figure everything out when it comes to what you roll, and of course what the enemy has and how much damage you're doing to them, also how much damage they're doing to you. We'll be able to track that each time we go to combat. Now that we have everything outside of the characters set up, we're going to get to our characters now. The first thing we're going to do is decide what character we want to play. Here is one called the Queen Illuminix. It's a paladin character. There are other ones as well. We have a barbarian. There's also an assassin. We have a ranger. And let's see, the other two are going to be the wizard, wow, so many of these, druid, and we have the warlock as well. And all of them are going to have different abilities they have down here and different stats that they're going to have. But for this particular playthrough, we are going to play as the paladin just because I think that character looks absolutely astonishing. Okay, it's stunning and astonishing at the same time. It's called astonishing. That was fantastic. Just made that word up. I'm amazing. All right, so I just want to let you know that, of course, the art, of course, in some of these have not been completed yet because this is a prototype. So I can hardly wait to see what some of the other characters are going to look like when they actually have the art for them. This is going to be super cool. So once we decide on the character we're going to play, we're going to grab our miniature or standee for the character that we wish to use. Looking at our character board, like I said, we're going to have our own abilities down here and our stats. We have health, which is 28, which we have now tracked on here. And these do come with maximum stat areas. So you're going to put that on the 8 and the cube in there. So you know if you have to go back to maximum or when you're healing, you don't go past your maximum. Those are there to keep you in line. We have defense here, which is 3, so I've given myself 3 defense, and we have our attack power right here, which is basically our magic power and our physical power combined, which is going to be 6, which is why our cube is on 6. The other two numbers we have is our energy or stamina. It is right here. It's recognized by this little lightning bolt here, like the Flash or Shazam. And then we also have our 6 weight. Once we start getting things in the dungeon, they're going to be placed around our hero board, and some of them are going to have weight, and of course you cannot carry more than you actually have the weight for. We rolled off screen, and this character is going to be our starting character, so this person is going to grab the first player token and the quest token as well. Now that we have our character ready to go, we do have to choose a faction. So there are a lot of different cards here. They're going to give us, again, another extra thing that we can do, like giving ourselves more replayability. If you play the paladin, you still have all these different things you can grab from. We're going to look at the symbol here. That is going to represent the symbols that we can draw from. There are 4 different ones we can do. We're going to do pray, mainly because there's a cool looking picture there. The other ones are art in progress, but I think it's just awesome. We're going to use one of those. This one does give us an ability that we can use during the playthrough, and I'll talk about that when we get there. Right now, we're just setting up our characters. The other character we're going to be using in our 2-player game is going to be the Thief. The thief is Vilayan. If I pronounce it wrong, I apologize. This character is actually not in the core game. From what I understand, it is going to be part of this extra expansion called the Misfits expansion, which gives more characters and more factions for the game. So if you're interested in trying to play this character, you're going to want to pick that up, and I'm sure it's going to be part of the crowdfunding experience. Again, we're going to set up all of our stats that we have. Now, he has 10 total attack power, which is fantastic compared to the 6 that we have over here, but only 1 defense, so we don't want him to get hit, which is going to be bad news city. Again, he had his own little abilities here, and we decided to grab this faction card. This is going to be Shuriken Master. Whenever your first combat preparation phase begins, deal 3 damage to the creature. And of course, that will make more sense once we get to the playthrough. We have our character here as well, ready to go. Sadly, he lost an arm in transit, but that's okay. We're going to, the miniatures were all printed, but sadly, they are not the most top quality because they're just 3D printed. But when they actually do the game itself is going to have fantastically printed or molded miniatures and ready to go. All right, that's the end of that character, and I think we're all set up and ready to go. I think there's just about one more thing left to do. And no dungeon crawler is complete without player aids. We have all our player aids that we're going to need, and of course they are dual-sided to help us out in all of the different situations we're going to have to deal with. We'll be using these at the beginning to kind of get a feel for how the game functions, but as the game moves forward, we may move a little bit faster without referencing some of these cards. The particular place we are going to be going into is the Sewer of Ancient Hall. This is going to be the rules for the dungeon that we are jumping into. We're going to have 1 boss hex, 4 spawn hex, 4 passage hex, and 64 event hex, which I have placed out on the board already that I showed during the setup. During the setup, I already talked about the components that we are going to need. We're going to need that threat track, and of course all the cards that have that symbol that are going to be for part of the Ancient Hall sewers area. Gross, yuck. All right, then we have our boss card that I talked about as well, and then these are going to be the rules that go along with this particular mission. I think this would be a good time to talk about our enemy, our boss monster that we have to deal with, the Queen Gloomskint, or Scent, Gloomscent. All right, this is the embodiment of a deadly stench that the transformed queen of the outcast. We're going to have to take this person out. That's our deal. When it moves up 1 hex, and after moving, it is going to deal 2 damage to each player on its hex and adjacent hexes. That's what it's going to do when it activates. This right here is something that we just have to keep in mind as the game goes forward. It might happen to other monsters as we see them as well. This one says whenever a combat turn ends, this enemy is going to deal 2 damage to anybody adjacent to it. This down here is going to happen when we kill the enemy queen here. We're going to gain 20 souls and $8. Gain this particular card that the boss monster has. It's this incense burner that is sitting right there, which is kind of cool. You get the thing of the monster. That's part of it. It's pretty awesome. The threat level then is going to increase to its maximum, which is going to make it tough to get out. But of course, all we have to do is defeat this creature and get out. It's going to have 15 attack and 23 health. Now, with that complete, let's look at some of these rules. This one does talk about them up here. This is the Gloomskant boss ability. During the boss phase, the player rolls a boss die. The Queen Gloomskant moves 1 hex in the direction indicated on the boss hex, which we have right here. It's going to move one of these 6 directions. So if a player moves 4, it's going to move in that direction. After a boss player moves, players that are on or adjacent to the hex take 2 damage. If the green gloom scent moves into a hex, the player on the adjacent hex will take 2 damage. Note, if the Queen Gloom scent moves onto a hex occupied by a player, the player takes 2 damage and enters combat with the Queen Gloom scent. See combat rules on page 14. And of course, they kind of have some diagrams here of kind of how this all works. If it moved down here, these would each take 2 health. It can't move down here, so it take 2 health. Sorry, that's a little off screen here. Let me show it to you. If she tries to move off, she doesn't. She's going to take, these 2 are just going to take the damage if you can't move that direction. If there's no valid hex for the queen to move, based on the die roll, she stays in her current hex. However, the 2 damage still takes place, which I just mentioned. The next thing we have is, of course, these danger tokens that I'd mentioned earlier. These danger are going to spread smell. They're going to smell spread, which is kind of awesome. The smell starts to spread from the spawn hex. Place a danger token on each spawn hex, and after that, at certain times, this may tell you to spread smell. And when it spreads, place danger tokens on hexes adjacent to this one. At the end of the turn, players on danger tokens take 3 damage. Brutal. Attention, danger tokens are not placed on hexes that already have one, and danger tokens may not be placed on passage hex. Passage hexes are these particular hexes. They cannot be placed on these hexes. Whether they're locked or unlocked, you cannot place them into those particular hexes, so you're kind of safe there. And these are just 4 of the possible ways we could create the dungeon that we are going into. I have done this one, which says recommended map, so that is the one we're going to do. On top of that, this game does have a fantastic way of allowing people to make their own dungeons. You can make this however you want, or you can create your own narrative that goes along with how you have created the dungeon. It's super cool. It gives you a lot of flexibility in how you want to create a dungeon for this game. Here's an example of another mission you can do, or another dungeon. In this game did come with a couple other bosses that you can do. There's even another one past this one that you can do that has that symbol there as well. So there are different ones you can do. This one would go with this. This one is also in the book as well. And those, like I said earlier, are going to use different types of cards as we go through it. These ones, for example, or these, depending on which ones you're going to continue doing. And of course, they're going to be getting more difficult as you go forward. And then here is the final mission that you have in this particular prototype. This one does have, of course, an end of game. If you do get through the 3rd mission for this one, you're going to be able to end the game. The person with the most souls wins. Of course, if you're playing cooperatively, just winning is what's the name of the game. That is, of course, if the threat reaches the top, you lose this particular one. So this is the end mission for this particular prototype. So there are 3 that you can play, and you should, I believe, play them in consecutive order. But like I said, we're just going to play through the one just to show you how this game is played. The final thing we're going to do is place our characters down on the map. We have our paladin here. We're going to place her up there. We're going to place the thief down here, and then we'll see who can get that boss and try to take him out. Of course, we're working together, kind of, you know me, when I play cooperative games, sometimes they're not always cooperative. I like to see if I can get there first anyway. All right, we're going to try to take this guy down. Let's begin our game. We're going to begin on the first round, and we have here our player turns. We're going to start with the boss phase as the first thing. If the boss is alive, I'm going to roll the boss die and trigger the boss's ability. So we have 2 dice. I'm just going to roll one of these up and see where the boss goes. I got a 6, so we're going to move the boss based on that. Our 6 will move the boss monster in this direction over here. Oh, kind of closer to the paladin. That's something. All right. This is going to also tell us not only the direction of where the boss goes, but I'm not sure if it comes with the boss or not. I'm just going to leave it here just to help reference which direction that boss moves. If it was supposed to come with us, of course, I'll make sure to put a note in the comment section of the video. I'll put a pinned comment, and that's where I'm going to put all the rules errors that I've found or have been notified to me post-launch. So if you're interested in checking those out, you can see what things I may have done wrong that have been found. Of course, I also will try to put subtitles in the video if I notice something before I was able to post the video. The next thing we are going to do is move into the recovery phase. If you hold the quest token, reveal new quests, and we do. And so for 1 player, we do 1 quest each 8 rounds. For 2 to 4, we're going to put 2 quests for each round for 4 rounds. For 3 players, we do 3 quests each round for 3 rounds. And then after that, we'll restore our stamina. Our stamina is, of course, at max right now because it's the first turn. I'll reveal our first quest. This one says Vanquisher, kill a boss or an elite creature. If we're able to do that, we are going to gain ourselves 12 souls and restore 6 life. That'll be fantastic. I'll put that quest up there. Our other quest is going to be Recycler. Discard 3 cards from your hand in a single turn. If we're able to do that, I gain 11 souls and 4 coins. I will like to mention that discarding cards is what it says, discarding. If you use a card for its intended purpose, that is not considered discarding the card. The queen here will go first. There are some abilities that she has. These are going to be ones that are passive with this little feather here. I'm going to gain 3 attack when attacking against bosses, so that's going to help us out when we fight the boss. This one says for each curse I have, my maximum health is decreased by 3. This one says that for an action, I can spend 1 stamina to restore 3 health, and I can do that twice per round, combat preparation phase and action phase only. The way you're going to track that is with these black cubes. So every time I use it, I will put a black cube on there to remind myself how many times in a round I have used that ability. For her faction over here, this is a action or something I can use that whenever I draw one of the sorcery cards, I get to discard. You may discard it before you add it to your hand and draw another one. And I can do that once per draw. The actions our players are allowed to do are going to be movement actions, and we can also do basic actions. The movement actions, for example, it's going to show how much stamina we have to use in order to do this. If we want to reveal and walk, it's going to cost us 2 stamina. Our characters both start with 5 stamina, so we're going to do this a couple times. We're going to reveal an adjacent unrevealed hex and move to it. If we had a torch, which are these right here, we could reveal and walk with a torch. That is going to allow us to spend 1 stamina and the torch to reveal the adjacent unrevealed hex and move to it. I could also cancel a trap card once by putting it on the bottom of the deck. The other thing we can do is walk, which we're going to spend 1 stamina to move to an adjacent revealed hex that is not occupied by another player, or we can sprint by spending 2 stamina to move up to 2, 3, or 4 hexes, as long as they are revealed. Those are the potential ways of moving around this board. The other basic actions we could do is we can equip and unequip. We can use active abilities with this particular time symbol. We can drink potions. We can play sorcery cards. We can trade. We can complete quests, discard cards, and then also there's one for reviving as well, which is another basic action. Hopefully you don't have to see that one. These are the different types of equipment that you saw all around our board. One-handed, two-handed, and then they're going to be either melee, ranged, or instrument weapons. We also have a place for shields, pets, accessories, our head armor, body armor, and feet armor. Those are the basic actions and the type of equipment. So at this point, I think it's time for our paladin to move. We need to get him moving. Let's go. Now, of course, I could just bolt straight for the boss and try to take it on. I have a feeling I would get smoked. But I think the best plan to do is to find some equipment and use some souls with the merchant to try to get some items and abilities in order to take on the boss. So the first thing we are going to do is spend 2 stamina by moving our lightning bolt down 2 spaces on our stamina board, giving us the ability to move to an unrevealed hex. Let's go up here and see what we can find. We're going to take our hex and reveal it. We have found a trap card. So we're going to place that back down here, and we're going to draw our top card from the trap deck. We have found ourselves a runic flying cockroach. A cockroach that carries magical stones within its reproductive sacs. That sounds gross. We're going to activate these down here. The first thing is we are going to raise the danger level by 2. This creature is immune to physical attacks. If I'm able to defeat it, I am going to gain 3 souls and 6 bucks. It has 8 attack and 5 health. The first thing we do is raise our danger marker by 2. We're just going to raise it up like that. The next thing we're going to do is prepare our battle board here for the battle. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set our attack power, which at this point is 6. But remember, this thing has a special thing that says immune to physical attacks, which mine is 2. So I'm actually going to drop this down to 4 just to make sure we remind ourselves we're only doing 4 damage around to this thing. Then we're going to set our creature's attack power to 8. And then we're going to subtract our defense from it, which is 3, so it's going to go down to 5. At this point now, we're going to put on the health for the enemy, which is 5, and then that character is all set up. One thing I do want to mention is if you notice these stars up here, that is the difficulty of the monster. They're either 1, 2, or 3 stars, 3 being an elite enemy. So this is technically not an elite enemy, so it's not going to suffice for our Vanquisher quest that we're attempting, but that's okay. We're still going to take this guy out. At this point, we are now going to go through our combat turn. The backside actually has it as a little reference tree here, which is kind of nice. So the first thing is our decision phase, where we're going to attempt to decide if we want to attack this or escape. We're going to attack. So we're going to come down here. We're going to the preparation phase. At this point, we're going to attack preparation, which if we look on the back here, it gives me the ability to drink a potion or perform any active abilities available at this phase. We don't have any at this point. So then we're going to go to the dice roll phase. We're going to roll our die to attack the bad guy. So we're going to take our attack die and roll it up. So we'll take one of our 6-siders. We can roll right here and see what we get. We got 1. We know what that means. That means stupid miss. Stupid miss. We got it right here. I missed. So I didn't do any damage. This is bad news city right here, right off the bat. Is the creature dead? Abso-smurfly not. No. So the creature is going to attack then. The creature does not roll a die. It's just going to flat out smack me. So I am going to have to take 5 points of damage. So we'll take our cube and lose 5. We go down to 23. We'll put this back up at 8 though. At this point now, I think we're going to use one of our preparations. But first, let's continue down. Is the player dead? No. So combat ends. No, it does not end. It does no. The player's not dead. So we're going to go back up here to the top. We're going to go to our decision phase. We're still going to attack it. We're going to go to our preparation phase. Now, if you notice here, I do have an ability that does say I can spend 1 stamina. 1, 2 goes down here. Start here, 1, 2, and then down there. 3. It says here, restore 3 health twice per round. I can do that during a combat preparation phase, which is right now. So I'm going to put this cube here to indicate that I've used it once per round already, and I can use it twice. And I can use it during the action phase, which of course would be outside of combat, moving around. This allows me to bring my health back up 1, 2, 3 to 26. At this point, we'll move back into that dice roll phase. So I'm going to roll my die and see how we do against our enemy. I got a 6. That's fantastic. I get a +1 this time. Yeah. So I'm going to do a total of, let's see, I'm going to do 5 damage. It's going to kill this thing. Okay, that's fantastic. It goes down to 0. Ha! Dead cockroach. Brass. Splat. All right. At this point, I'm going to be able to gain the rewards now. So before I do that, though, I do want to go through the steps to show you that there is actually steps for all this. We do have the end of combat phase step here. It says, if you escape from the creature, the combat ends. Continue the game from the same hex. If you escape from the boss, combat ends. Place your character token on the nearest revealed hex. If you defeated the creature's death event triggers and combat ends. If you kill the boss, we've kind of already gone through that because we talked about it on the boss character itself. And if you die, combat ends. Remove your character token from the board. Then you can be revived, which is another rule I will explain later because we didn't have that. So instead, we're going to gain 3 souls and $6. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to grab our 6 coins and put them on our player board. And then we're going to gain our first 3 souls. And actually, this is the round marker. So I am going to switch that out with my purple one there. So the purple one is going to be us gaining souls. And the other one is going to go back to the round marker. The white one technically is a round marker. So I should actually use that for what it's for. All right, that's the end there. But not the end of my turn. I still have 2 more stamina left. We're going to use those 2 stamina to check out this tile over here. We found another trap card. All right, we're going to draw another trap and see what we have found. We have found the Cursed Foot, another level 2 enemy, the last remaining piece of a healer who arrived not long ago. So this is going to raise our threat by 2, and this creature is immune to physical attacks again. Oh my gosh, the same immune to physical attacks, same type of creature. But not our turn. We are going to go to the next. Now I could go up this way, but I think we're still going to check out here. We're going to kind of look around our area here, try to find some stuff. We found another trap. All right, we found a trap. Let's draw our trap card and see what we have found. We have found ourselves a Spectre Node, a dangerous buildup of energy leaking from a portal. So it's another enemy. Our danger is going to go up by 2. And then, this creature is also immune by physical attacks. That's fantastic. But I'm going to gain 3 souls and draw 2. Oh, I like that. Draw 2, then reveal the drawn cards to everyone. Oh, that's not a bad deal at all. Now, as you noticed, these enemies, none of these are considered solo, cooperative, or competitive. They're all pretty much the same. So they're used for any. So let's go set everything up for this one. The first thing we have to do is raise our danger, 1, 2, up by that, or threat, I should say. And then we have to set our combat board. Our combat board is going to be pretty much the same. I have 4 attacks, and then I have the damage it's going to do is 5. Oh, minus my defense, which is 3, so it's going to do 2 damage. Ha! And then this thing does have 10 hit points, though. All right, we're going to fight this thing. Let's roll our die and see how we do. This is pretty much how fast combat can normally go. I got a 3. A 3 means I'm going to get negative, what is it? A 3 is -2. So instead of doing 5, 4, I'm only going to do 2. So it's going to go down to 8 health. And then it's going to hit me back for 2, bringing my health down to 24. We're going to attack it again. Let's get this guy. Roll it up. I got a 4. A 4 is -1. You can see on my card. I'm going to put the card right there for you. -1. So I'm going to do, instead of 4 damage, I'm going to do 3. 1, 2, 3, down to 5. It's going to do 2 damage. I'm going to go down to 22. Let's roll up and hit this thing again. I'm going to keep on attacking. Let's see how we do. We got a 5. That's fantastic. It's going to be a normal value, which is going to be 4. So we're going to drop this thing 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, if only we would roll a 6, I would have killed it. But instead, I'm going to take 2 more damage, bringing myself down to what is it? Let's check it out here. I'm at 22, so it's going to bring me to 20. And we're going to try to get it one more time. All right, we're going to roll this up, see how we do here, and hopefully kill him. Oh, I got a 2. That's no good. Well, 2 is still going to, I think, kill him. 2 is -3, so it's going to be 1, which is exactly what I need to bring him to 0. He is now dead. I get to claim my rewards. My rewards are 3 more souls, which is going to bring us to 6, and then I get to draw 2 sorcery cards. So we're going to go to the merchant where all the sorcery cards are and draw one. We have found ourselves a dark ritual. All right, I'll explain how these work. This is a dark ritual. This right here is the amount of souls it costs to get rid of it. Because you don't want these, because look at this. Torch and potions cost 1 more at the merchant. Yuck. So that is going to remain in play. That's a dark ritual. And our second one is going to be a spell, shared vision. Each player draws 1 card. Oh, I forgot about my power. I've got my superpower, my prey card. I should totally use this thing. Whenever you draw a sorcery, you may discard it before you add it to your hand and draw another one. I don't know if that means I'm able to use it on the dark rituals. So I'm going to say that we're just going to go with it. I just say I didn't do it because I would have known this was next. So I could use this, and then each player gets to draw a sorcery spell. So that's not bad. We are now going to just kind of hold this in our hand. You do get to have a hand of cards. Now remember, according to the way that this guy worked, I have to reveal the drawn cards to everyone. Now in a competitive game, that could be pretty dangerous and deadly because people know what I have. But in the cooperative solo version, you can show everybody your hands anyway, and I believe it is encouraged. That's going to be the end of her turn. There's nothing else she can do. So we're going to move on to the end of turn. If you hold more than 6 cards, discard down to 6, your turn ends. So now that that turn is end, we're going to move up to the boss turn. So the boss is alive, so we are going to roll that boss die, roll it down here. I got a 5, so we're going to move that boss. Then we're going to reveal quests, but I don't have the quest token, so we're not going to reveal them because I don't have the token. It's over on the other character. Then we're going to move into our action phase because we do have full stamina. So now it looks like we're chasing the boss because it's going to go down this way now, since that is the way of the actual movement tile here. I am going to spend 2 stamina to do my move and unveil my tile here. We're going to move up. Let's just see what's up here. Oh, it's going to be a trap. I'll tell you right now, majority of these are traps. That's kind of the deal. So we're going to draw our next card and see what we have found. It says Septic Wishing Well. That doesn't sound good. A ritual well built by the homeless among the Corpora people. It says here, choose one. Make a wish. Spend 2 to draw a card. Or taste a wish. Take 1 damage. If you stay alive, draw 1 card. Yuck. Well, I'm going to take 1 damage and then I'm going to draw a card because I do not have money to spend. I have to choose one of these. So I'm going to take a damage and draw a card. So our friend here, the rogue, is going to go down to 21 health and we're going to draw a sorcery card. Let's see what we have found. We have found ourselves Regenerative Circle. Whenever a round ends, each player restores 1 health. That's awesome. So these are going to be basically the same as Dark Rituals. They're going to be laid out here. You can only ever have 3 auras active at any time. And when you draw another one, you have to discard one. But Dark Rituals, you get as many of those out of there as you want. They're super bad. So we do have an aura and we have a Dark Ritual. That's awesome. One thing I forgot to do is I forgot to move on to the tile. I didn't even do that over my other character. My other character cheated. When I reveal a tile, I should move onto the tile. I totally don't even know why I didn't do that. So I'll just be up there, but I actually probably shouldn't have gotten there. I probably should be revealing that tile. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to switch these 2 tiles. I can do that. There we go. Look at that. Now I didn't cheat. Well, I kind of cheated because I moved the tiles around, but I moved there first, then over here. There we go. Those are the ways she did it. Back over to the rogue, which is the person you'd think would cheat, but I guess she's the one that did it. He's going to move and reveal another tile. Let's go this way. We're going to draw this tile here. Oh, this one says 1 minor healing potion. I gain a minor healing potion. That's going to go onto his player board right here, and it's going to be able to restore 3 health. Also, I didn't talk about the abilities this character gets. It can sprint up to 6 squares, and for each what is it, archery thing, a bow weapon, ranged weapon equipped, I get to gain 2 of these magic damage. And then of course my action here is I can spend an stamina to roll a die simultaneously with an adjacent player, and if my roll is higher, I can take one of their equipped items to your hand. Not very cooperative, but it's still kind of fun as a thief. Now sadly, with only 1 stamina left, I can't really continue unlocking things. I could move back if I wanted to, but I think I'm going to be fine just there. I am going to stop without using my last stamina. Now, some of you are probably wondering, well, why can't you go to the merchant? When do you get to go to the merchant? Believe it or not, the merchant is out here in the dungeon. We have to find him. We have to find the merchant in the dungeon. I believe there's probably more than 1 tile for the merchant, and there are merchant tiles that you can use only once out there. So hopefully we'll see one of those pretty soon. Moving into the end of the round, it's going to say increase the threat level by 1. Now, of course, we're playing solo co-op, so we're going to increase the stage threat level by 2. So we're going to go up 1, 2. Now, whenever you hit a threshold, you do have to activate whatever it says there. This one particular says, whenever a player steps on a closed passage hex, they take 2 damage. And of course, these are considered closed passages. They may open at some point, but they are closed for now. Then it says on the bottom here, if the quests are still being revealed, the quest token moves to the next player. Advance the round track token by 1. When the quest reveals are complete, the quest token and the round token is removed. So, and then each player will draw 1 sorcery card in turn order. Our turn token is just going to go up to number 2. We're going to pass our quest token over to this character. The first player token does not change though. This person just gets the quest token. And now in turn order, I am going to reveal a sorcery card. This is going to be for our first player, which is going to be the Paladin. The Paladin, oh, it's a forfeit. These are like instant bad things. This one says each player discards a torch. That doesn't actually matter. I don't have any torches. So we're going to discard that. Normally it would go in a discard pile right here, but I have that board there. So I'm just going to put it on the bottom like that. And then we're going to draw the next one for our rogue. He has fun and aura passive income. Whenever the round ends, each player gains $2. Well, that's fantastic. Now I do have when the round ends on 2 different auras. One's going to allow me to heal 1, so I am going to heal 1 for both my characters, going up to 21 for our Paladin, and we're going to go back to max, which is 22 for our rogue. We just drew this one, so I don't believe this can activate because the round has not already ended. I hope that makes sense. I'm not sure where in the round end part of the stage do these cards activate. I'm just going to say when we go to the end of round, that's when this is going to activate. So I don't get the $2, but I do get the extra heal. Now at this point, we will start our next round. So the boss is alive. So we're going to roll our boss die. I'll roll right there, 4. Fantastic. We're going to restore our stamina for our Paladin. I'm not going to be drawing any quests because she does not have the quest token. Here's her stamina. We're going to bring it all the way back to the top. Now I do want you to notice you can only ever hold 3 potions and 3 torches on your character card. If you ever get to more than 3 torches, you can't gain any more. You're just going to discard it. Though when it comes to potions, if you gain a 4th potion, you have the ability when you gain that potion to drink one of your potions to be able to pull the 3 that you have. The boss is going to move down, but it can't, so it's just going to stay right there. Our Paladin is going to spend 2 stamina to move over to this tile right here and see what we have found. We have found ourselves $3. All right, I love $3. I'm a big fan of gaining $3. Sure better than a sharp stick to the face. So I'm going to take my $3 and put them onto my player board. I do have a total of 9 coins right now. That's our first action. Our second one, we're going to spend 2 more to move again. I don't really want to go down here because this boss starts coming towards me. That's going to be bad. So we're going to go over here. We're over here and see what we found. We found 3 more bucks. Wow. I'm going to start calling myself Uncle Scrooge. I got 3 more. That's fantastic. We're going to put those onto our player board. And for my last stamina that I have over here, I'm going to activate her ability to heal herself 3. 1, 2, 3, going back up to 24. We'll go over to our thief. He is going to roll his boss die. He got a 4, which means it's going to stay right where it is. It can't move down. And he is going to reveal 2 new quest cards because he does have the quest token. So let's see what he has found. He has found ourselves Metal Pile. Have your shield equipped equal to or greater than your character's strength. Well, that's probably never going to happen, but who knows. The next one we have is this one. Lucky. Roll the attack die a 5 or higher twice in a single combat. I'm going to gain 12 souls and play a free lucky roll. Hopefully we can do that because I'd like to show you what the lucky roll is. It's super fun. I love the lucky roll. He's going to continue this way, spending 2 to move. We're going to move right here and we have found ourselves, oh, another trap. We're going to move up there and see what our trap is. Let's see it. We're going to draw our card. We have found a blighted enormous worm. A mindless worm that feeds on all living creatures. Oh, yuck. It's going to raise the threat by 1. I'm going to gain a soul and $5. That's it. I need more than that. Well, this is only a level 1 creature, so I shouldn't be expecting too much. Now, as you notice, this is going to be kind of what the art on the card is going to look like. It's going to have that big monster, whatever it is, there in front of you, and then the card words will be down here on top and bottom, which looks pretty nice. All right, this person has 9 health. We'll put the 9 up there. I only have 1 defense. This thing does 9, so it's going to hit me for 8 wounds. That's going to be terrible. The last thing I need to do is arc combat, which is actually 10 for him. He's got 10, so he could take this thing out in one shot if he rolls well enough. And you bet we're going to attack. Oh, I forgot. I get to do my thing. This would be sweetness to make things even easier. When your first combat preparation phase, which is right now, I'm going to prepare. I'm going to begin. I'm going to deal 3 damage. Boom. 3 damage to this guy. So we go 1, 2, 3, down to 6. Roar. All right, now we're going to roll our die and see how much damage we did to him. 5. Oh, that's good. But sadly, I'm not going to be able to roll twice in combat because I just killed him. He is super dead. I get to do 10 points of damage. He has way less than 10 points of damage. So he's dead. I'm going to go up to 7 souls, and I'm going to get my first set of money for our thief. He now has 5. That wasn't too bad. I'm going to head over here with my next set of stamina. I'm going to spend 2 to reveal this one. I have found another minor healing potion. Well, this guy's on a healing potion craze. He's found everything. All right, that's probably going to be the end for him again. I'm going to use both of my stamina to go down, and I'm going to grab another healing potion, a minor one, and put it on our player board. We now have 2 of those for him. This will bring us to the end of the round, so I'm going to move that up 2, pass the quest token back over to our paladin, and advance the round marker to 3. Starting in player order, we are going to draw a sorcery card. First for our paladin, we have found ourselves another dark ritual, altering mechanisms. Whenever a player reveals a trap, they take 1 damage. Okay, I'm going to use my ability here that allows me to, whenever you draw a sorcery card, you may discard it before you add it to your hand. Draw another one. I'm going to get rid of this one. I decided that that's what we're going to do. I know I said I wasn't going to before, but I don't like that card, and I think it's Bad News City. We're going to discard that, and we're going to draw a new one, because I believe that's how that works. You're able to discard a card. Let's go with it. I'm going to draw a new one. What do I find? Oh, I like spells. Healing Wave. That's way better. Each player restores 2. Ha! Great. Now, our thief is also going to get one. Oh, we got a forfeit. Each player takes 2 damage. Oh, barf. Joke's on me. I just took 2 damage. That's no good. All right. We're going to take 2 damage, and I'm going to go down to 22 for her. He's going to go down to 20 for our thief. At this point, I am then going to restore 1 health because of my curing circle here. He's going to go up to 21. And we each get $2. 1, 2 there, 1, 2 there. That's the end of our round. I probably should have activated these first, but that's okay. Starting the next round, I'm going to roll our boss die, which is a 2. I'm also going to heal my stamina, and because I have the quest token, I'm going to reveal 2 new quests. The first one is going to be Explorer. Reveal a merchant event, not a temporary merchant. I get to gain 7 souls and $2. Ooh, I need to find a merchant real bad. And the next one is Trader. Buy 1 torch, item, a spell, a sorcery, and a potion in a single turn. All right, we'll see if I can do that. Potentially our paladin could do that. We'll see if that happens. We do have to move our boss. Our boss is going after us. We got a 2. Move back up there. I'm going to move this way. I'm going to spend 2 stamina to move on to that particular hex. So I'm going to lower my stamina by 2. We're going to see what we have found. We found 5 more bucks. Wow. She needs to find a merchant, and she needs to find it now. That's what she needs to do. She's going to move over here. Then she's going to spend 2 more. She's going to spend 2 more stamina. She's going to find that merchant. God, I need to find that merchant bad. I need to go right here. Come on, merchant. Oh, it's a trap. All right. We'll draw our trap card and see what we found. We have found ourselves, magnetic walls. Let's see what this says. A massive magnet embedded in the wall designed for special guests wearing metal clothing. For each equipped armor or headpiece, body piece, foot, and shield take 2 damage. Oh, that's fantastic. I don't have to spend, that doesn't matter at all. It doesn't do any damage to me. But sadly, that is the end of my turn. I am going to use my last stamina I have to heal 3. 1, 2, 3, going up to 26. And I could use my cards, but I'm trying to save them because if I can get 1 more spell, I can discard 3 cards without using them to complete one of our quests. We'll move into our rogue's turn, or thief's turn. He's going to roll a 1. This is going to move up. That's going to be super good. All right, it's going right towards our paladin. Our paladin's going to run away from there. All right, then we're going to use our abilities here. First thing we're going to do is we have all our stamina. We're going to spend 2 of our stamina to move. Well, now that things went that way, let's go this way. See what I found. Oh, we found a trap. Okay, let's see what trap we have found. We have found ourselves a old sewer ventilation fan. A rusty, malfunctioning ventilation fan made from scrap by the long tongue. All right, lose 3 gold and 1 stamina. If you cannot lose the required stamina, take 4 damage. That's barfy. That's barf. All right, I'm going to lose 3 gold, so I'm going to go down. I'm going to exchange a 5 and only take 2 back. So I'm down to 4 gold. Wow, for a thief, you don't have much money. I'm just going to move up there. Then I have to take 1 damage. Is that what it is? No, I have to lose 1 stamina. Okay, that's not too bad because I can still spend the last 2 I have to move again if I want to, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's move over here and see what we found. We found, what the heck is this? A whole bunch of stuff. We found sorcery points and healing and everything. Okay, so we'll start with the top here. I get a sorcery card. So we're going to draw our top sorcery card and see what we have found. We found shared vision. Each player draws a sorcery card. Actually, that's fantastic that he has that. That's really good. Then he gets to heal 3. He only has lost 1 health, so he's going to go back to his maximum of 22. He can't ever gain more than maximum. And this right here is good and bad. That is a merchant. We found a merchant, but sadly, that's what's called a temporary merchant. You can only use it this turn. Then once you move off of it or you're forced off the square, you cannot use it again. So we do get to activate our merchant, which is super cool. Problem is I have $4 to my name. So we'll see what we can do with that. I'm hoping we maybe can get something here. The first thing we are going to do is we are going to reveal item cards that are still available to purchase. There's none available to purchase, so I get to put out 3 new ones. If I had bought 1 and there's 2 out there, we'd only reveal 1. So we're going to reveal them. We'll start here and we'll move down that way. The first one we have is this leather tunic. It's going to cost us 6, so I can't buy that because I have 4. The next one is going to be a mail shirt. That's hilarious. It's going to be right there. That's 2 things for armor. And the last one is going to be, which is a book of defense. Oh, it's going to cost me 5 and I have 4. That makes me super sad. It allows me to gain 2 defense and 2 magic damage, or 2 magic power, which is good. And it's a ranged one. Oh, this is super good. This is exactly what my rogue thief needs. And look, it's 50% off and I can't buy it. I only have 4. Okay, I got a plan. We're going to use our shared vision. Who knows? Maybe that thing can give me money. Highly doubt it, but we'll give it our best shot. So I'm going to cast my spell. We're going to use that spell, and then we're each going to be able to draw a card. I'm going to draw for my thief first. He has found himself, well, sad news. He found forfeit. Each person takes 2 damage. That's teller. That's fantastic right there. All right, we're also going to take 2 damage, and then our paladin gets one. Another aura. Regenerative circle. Whenever the round ends, each player restores 1. So we get another regenerative circle. We now have 3 auras out. We can't have any more than that. And of course, we each took 2 damage, bringing our thief down to 20 and our paladin down to 24. And that's going to be all I can do here. I could buy a torch if I wanted to for 2, but remember, we do have cost pressure there. So our torches and our potions all cost 1 more from the merchant. I don't know if that's a good deal. I think I'm just going to have to, that's so sad that appeared in the half price section. Oh, and I so want that so bad. Now, one thing I could do, which is probably what I'm going to do, I can do what's called a lucky roll. I can spend 3 coins and I roll my lucky roll die and see what I get. If I get a 1, I get nothing. It's all written right here. If I get a 2, I get nothing. I get right here, I get a torch, a minor potion. We get one of these. If I get a 6, we get one of those. Oh, we get an item card. That'd be super good. Just to show you, they do have cards for the merchant. So it does show here that if you get either one of the merchant cards, it says whenever you interact with a merchant, reveal new treasure cards in the available slots. You must purchase treasure card. You may purchase treasure cards, sorcery cards, torches, or potions. You may purchase equipment from the merchant slots. You may sell equipment, and you may play the lucky roll. So we're going to play the lucky roll. Now, in case you're wondering, I could buy these for 7 each. I could buy one of these for 4. So I could have bought another sorcery card if I wanted to, but instead we're going to roll the lucky roll and see what we get. We got a 6. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's so good. I get an item. Come on, something really, really good. We got sharpened stone. +1 attack, really? That's I got a sharp stone. I guess that's better than a stick in the face. So that particular card is going to be placed right here. It is one-handed. If it was two-handed, I'd place it in the middle there, representing that it is being used by 2 hands. But it's going to only be 1. I'm going to get 1 more attack, so I am going to raise this up to 11. Wow, all that cost me $3 for that. Well, it's cheaper than buying it for 6. And that's going to be the end of our turns. So we're going to move up the threat by 2 and draw some sorcery cards. So this is going to move up 2, 1, 2, and now it has this. Place a danger token on each spawn hex. So we are going to put these on the spawn hexes, and then they're going to start creeping up and making smelly places, which we don't want to be around. The next thing it says is whenever the threat level reaches the next threat, so when it gets up here, smell spread. So we already read what that meant in the rules section. And the last thing, whenever a turn ends, each player on a danger token takes 3 damage. Yuck. Also at the end of the round, I'm going to heal myself 2 now because I have 2 aura out there. So the damage that we got taken from the evil card isn't going to be too bad. I'm also going to gain $2 for everybody. So she's going to gain 2 and he is going to gain 2. She's going to find that merchant. She's going to find it fast. Now we're going to draw our cards. We'll start with our paladin. Our paladin's going to draw first. She has found another aura, a little gift. Whenever a round ends, each player gains a minor healing potion. That's pretty good. I'm going to get rid of one of the restore 1 health and put down that one. I'm going to discard this. We can only ever have 3 auras out at a time. The next one, of course, the Dark Ritual. This one is drawn by the rogue, so I can't discard it or anything. Whenever a player reveals a trap event, they take 1 damage. Yuck. Okay, we got to find that merchant because I need to get my souls up. I only have 7. If I can get 27, I can get rid of that particular evil vile thing. At this point, we will roll our die for our boss and see where he goes. We got a 4. Another thing I need to do is I do need to pass this quest token back over to our paladin because we are going into turn 4. And I'm going to draw 2 more quest cards. Now, these are the last 2 we're going to be getting. Flawless Fighter, kill 2 creatures without dying in a single turn. Oh, I don't think that's going to happen. You never know. And then our last one's going to be Revealer. Use 3 torches for different hexes in a single turn. Ooh, I might be able to do that. There's a possibility. And let's move our boss. 4 will bring the boss back down 1 space. And now our players will begin their phase. Now, do remember I should have done this first before I do my quest, but for recording purposes, it's just easier to do that because I'm going to move over to here. I'm going to spend 2 stamina to reveal this tile. Come on, we need to find a merchant. Let's find, nope, we got $3. All right, she just keeps gaining all this money, but she can't find a merchant to buy anything with. All right, we'll grab our 3 coins and we'll put these onto our player board. And for 2 more stamina points, we are going to move over to here. Again, I don't have any equipment, so I really don't think going after the boss is the best idea. Go on, we need to find a merchant. Let's find a merchant. We found it. We found a real merchant. Okay. It's not a fake merchant. It's a real merchant. This is going to do, oh, this is so glorious. We're going to be doing so many things now. The first thing we've done is revealed a merchant. So we're going to gain 7 souls and $2. The 7 souls is going to take us from 7 to 14. And the $2 is going to take us from 24 to 26 total coins. Now we get to activate the merchant and we don't get to replace any of the cards because they haven't been bought yet. Whenever you interact with a merchant, reveal new treasure cards in the available slots. There are no available slots. So you may purchase treasure cards, sorcery cards, torches, potions. You may purchase equipment from the merchant slots. And we can also sell equipment if you play, or you may play that lucky roll that we did last time. You may not end your turn on the merchant, but you may on the temporary merchant. Okay, so I'm gonna have to move off that square after we're done with this. It does say lucky roll. We've already done the lucky roll thing. Okay, we know how the lucky roll works. So that's all they have for about that. So let's buy our stuff. Now remember, in order to complete this merchant trader, we have to buy a potion, a torch, a equipment card, and we also have to buy a sorcery spell. And because of our dark ritual, our potions and our torches are all going to cost 1 extra, except I should probably put the right one up there. Cost pressure. Torches and potions cost 1 more. So I'm going to buy 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to buy these 2 things and pay 7 coins for that. I'm going to trade in a 10 and get 3 back. Now that's going to put us, I'm going to put all my money up here so you can see it. I'm going to have a total of 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I still have 19 coins. Now it's going to cost me 4 to buy one of those. So I'm going to pay 4 to buy a sorcery card. We're going to flip over our sorcery card. Come on, something good. We got a dark ritual. I'm discarding that. Let's find something good. We found a spell healing wave. Okay, that's fantastic. We now have a 3rd spell. That's perfect. I'm going to discard this I'm just going to place it right underneath the bottom of the deck because I don't have really a place for the discard pile. It should be over there. We now have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 left. Well, I see this book This book is five coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's because it's half price right now. So we're going to take this, and then I think we're going to buy the leather tunic for 6. We're going to keep 4 coins to ourselves. Why not? Oh, actually, no, I got a better plan. Check this out. I'm going to be super smart. These are 3 each. I'm going to spend 6 to get 2 more torches because I've got a plan. We're going to spend 6, bringing my total down to 4. So now I have only 4 coins. There we go, 4 coins left, and that's totally fine. I have a good plan. Okay, we're going to put this into our character's slots. And that one is going to be his hand right here. We're going to put it right there because it's a one-handed weapon. Now, if I was near my thief, I could trade this to him because it does have that ranged thing, and he's better with ranged weapons, but alas, he is a long ways from me. Since we did complete this mission, I'm going to gain 12 souls, going from 14 to 26. And at this point, I also get 4 coins. And since we're still here, I am going to spend 6. So I've got 4 of my own, and I'm going to get 4. So I'm going to give myself 2 coins, and I'm going to buy the leather tunic, which is going to give me 2 more defense. And look at this, it's going to weigh 2, which means that the weight of 2, I have a total of 6, so I can hold 4 more weight worth of items. Now, if anybody finds a merchant again, these will refill up. I do have 1 stamina left. We're going to use that to activate this, to activate this to give me 3 health back. That puts me at max. This is supposed to actually sit up here, but due to the constraints of how big this, how much this takes on the table, I'm going to place it just like this to remind myself that I have it there. I am going to raise my defense up by 2 to 5, and now because of this, I get 2 more defense, bringing it up to 7, and I get 2 more attack, bringing it up to 8. So that was super good. We got super powerful in just those 2 cards. In case people are wondering, I just wanted to show you a quick layout of the board. This is a 3 foot by 5 foot gaming table. This mat is 3 foot by 5 feet. So what you're seeing on the mat is a 3 foot by 5 foot table presence. This is how much the game takes up as you're playing through it. And do be aware that all these little slots here, in theory, should have cards going around them. Like this rogue should have cards that can be placed around him. So this game at the present state of the prototype does take up, I would say, a massive amount of table space. They are separated in different things. It's not just one board, so you could move things into different parts or to different tables off to the side if you needed to, because you might not have had this much room. But just be aware of how much table space this takes. I thought you might want to know. Before we move to the rogue's turn, there is one more thing I want to do. I want to discard these 3 cards, and I'm not going to use them for what you're supposed to. Instead, I am going to discard 3 cards from your hand in a single turn, which I just did. So I'm going to gain 11 souls and 4 coins, and I'll place that into my discard. Getting 11 souls is going to move us from 26 to 37, and at this point I am going to spend 27 to get rid of this dark ritual, dropping our total back down to 10, but I think it's worth it. This thing is ridiculous. Every time we reveal a trap, we are going to take damage. So I'm going to discard that card, or not have to worry about it, or I should say I'm going to zap it, get rid of it. Getting the 4 coins is going to bring our coin total up to 6. And now I'll move into the rogue's turn or thief's turn, and it's going to move 5, which is going to be down over here. Now it's kind of funny. Now I kind of wanted to go up there because I think I'm powerful enough to probably take that guy on right now. But at this point, that has moved there. I have 5 stamina with my rogue. I should say thief, and the thief is going to move up. It's going to spend 2 to move to this location. See what we have found? Oh, we found a trap. Now, lucky for us, we don't lose a point anymore. Oh, another thing I have to do is I do have to move her back off the merchant. I can't stop on a merchant square. And he's going to draw his next trap card, and we have found ourselves a swarm of black flies, a ravenous team eager to feast on a rotten creature. Well, I'm not rotten, so everything should be good. Roll the die and take the damage equal to the amount. Oh, barf. That's no good. All right, let's roll it up, see what we get. We got a 3, so we're going to take 3 damage, dropping our total down to 19. We are going to continue and spend 2 more to move into this spot right here. Oh, we found another trap. All right, another trap. Let's put it the right way. There you go. If it's not all facing the right direction, it's going to cause me mass chaos and agony. All right, we'll draw our next trap card and see what we have found. We have found ourselves a sewer water flood. The dying grasps of primitive sewers, unable to withstand the chaos. I have to discard a torch and lose 3 coins. Okay, I don't have a torch, but I do have to lose 3 coins, which is all the coins that my thief had. The thief has no coins now. He's never going to be able to buy anything. I do have 1 more stamina with him, but there's not much really I can do with that stamina. So we're not going to do anything. We're just going to stop right there. and move into our sorcery cards that we have to draw. First one's going to be for the Paladin. We have found a spell basic needs. Each player chooses to gain a torch or a minor healing potion. That's awesome. And he's going to forfeit. Each player gains -1 maximum health. Barf. All right. Everybody's going to go down 1 maximum health slots, which means we'll move not only the cube, but also the thing with the cube. So our maximum health now has moved down to 27. And it's going to move down to 21 for our rogue or thief. I keep calling it rogue. At this point, our auras are all going to fire off. So the first one is everybody gets a minor healing potion. So we're going to grab our second healing potion. I should put these here. Sorry, I shouldn't have not put them there. So there we go. We got our torches here and our healing potions there. This one's going to go to the thief. The thief now has 3 healing potions. We each are going to gain 2 coins. The thief now has 2 coins to his name. This person has 7, which is super awesome. All right, and then I get to restore 1 health. Only the thief is down a health point, and it's now going to be at 20 as opposed to 19. I apologize, I did this a little out of order. This should go up 1, 2. That should have been the first thing we did. We should raise the threat. Then we should have drawn our cards. Oh, and I also do need to pass our quest token back over to our thief, but I don't think it really matters because we are past the 4th round going into the 5th round, meaning we aren't going to be able to gain any more quest cards. This will move into the next turn. We'll start with our Paladin. Our Paladin will go first. So we'll draw or roll our boss die up. We got a 4. It can't move south, so it's going to stay right there. Then I'm going to reveal quest cards. There are no quest cards to reveal because we've already revealed 2 for up to 4 rounds. We are going to attempt to complete some more quests. The first one we're going to try to complete is to use the 3 torches to be able to move 3 different hexes in a single turn. That is going to be our plan. We're going to see if we can get that done. So we're going to spend a torch and 1 stamina, because we'll only have to do 1 stamina in order to reveal this one. We're going to reveal this tail right here, and we found a lucky space. Oh, that's super lucky. Get it? Ooh, I'm lucky. Okay, what lucky does, we get to do the lucky space for free. So let's roll our lucky die and see what we get. We got a 4. The 4 means we are going to get a minor healing potion, so we'll stick that onto our character. Our character is full up on minor healing potions. That's the first one. We are then going to spend another torch to reveal this space over here. We have found ourselves 3 more coins. We're going to grab 3 coins. This is amazing. I'm going to get 3 coins here. That'll be awesome. She now has 3 more. We're going to spend 1 more torch and a stamina to reveal this one. Oh, we found a trap. All right, we'll put that, we'll move right over there. And those are our 3 torches. We were able to spend 3 torches to reveal 3 places. So we do get to complete this quest, giving us 9 more souls and a torch. So I'm going to take a torch back, and we're going to move up 9 on this. We go from 10 to 19 souls, and this is a completed quest. And I have to now draw a card. We have found ourselves a sewage-soaked pile of spell books. Library books tainted with the relentless overflow of sewage. Choose one. Sort the books. Draw 1. Or shuffle the pile. Take 2 damage. If you stay alive, draw 2. I'm just going to draw 1. 1 is good enough for me. Let's see what we have found. We have found ourselves an aura, eternal fire. Whenever the round ends, gain a torch. Oh, that's huge. That's so good. I'm going to get rid of the minor healing potion one since we all have full healing potions. That was super huge. Okay, wow, that was so good. Now I've spent 3 stamina. So I'm going to spend my last 2 stamina to move over here. I'm kind of chasing the boss now. We're going to move over here, and this will be the last thing we can do. We have found, a sorcery card and another torch. Found another torch. I'll put that on our player board. We now have 2 of those torches, and we get a sorcery card. Let's see which one we have found. We have found ourselves a spell, Sturdy Squad. Each player gains +1 maximum health. I don't know why I don't just cast that now, but I'm going to hold on to it. We're going to hold on to it. That's the end of her turn. That was a fantastic turn. Oh my gosh, that was so good. All right, the only thing that would have been better is if we would have found an actual person to fight, and if I would have had more defense than they wouldn't be able to hit me with. That'd be awesome. But that didn't happen. Or if I would have found 2 enemies, that would have been actually really good too. But that's okay. That's the end of her turn. We're going to go into the thief's turn. The thief is going to roll the die to see where it goes. Come on, go somewhere. Oh no, not down. I want it to go towards me. All right, we're going to go 5. Well, actually, if it would have stopped next to me, I would take 2 damage. So it's actually better it went in that direction. Our thief is kind of off in La La Land over here, which might not be a bad thing. I think we're going to have him go up this direction. Hopefully our paladin can take this enemy out. And then all we have to do is once the paladin's out, these become available to get into. And if both of our characters are on a square of that type, then we're able to, one of these gate squares, we have completed this part of the dungeon. We go on to our next place. So I'm going to spend 2 to move over to here. I think that's our best bet. I mean, I could move on to this, but remember, because of our threat and where it is right now, I would take 2 damage stepping onto that square. Isn't it worth it? I think it's okay if I take 2 damage. We're going to take 2 damage going to 18, which is totally fine. And that's going to allow us to move onto this square. I don't reveal it because it's not able to be done yet. I'm going to spend 2 more stamina to move over to here and see what I have found. I found a trap. All right, I found a trap card. We're going to move over there, draw our trap card, and see what we have found. We have found ourselves a wild chest. Okay, well, why didn't I find... I wish I would have found this on the other person, but I didn't. A chest revealed by a wizard from another world, now dangerously aggressive. It has 12 health. It's going to raise the threat by 1. All right, we're going to have to take this guy out. First, we'll raise our max threat by 1, or I should say raise our threat by 1. And then set up our combat. He does have a total combat value of 11 now, so he's going to have 11 attack, which is going to be fantastic. The problem is this guy has 12 health. Awful. 6 attack. He's got 1 defense, so it's going to be 5 attack against me. Okay, we have to choose now. Do you want to fight it or run? We're going to take it on. So I'm going to fight this. Oh, I automatically get to do 3 points of damage when the battle starts because of my Shuriken Master. That's so good that I have that. 1, 2, 3. It's down to 9 health already. Okay, God, we need to do is hit this thing really good. Let's see if we get a 6. A 6 is a +1. That means we're going to do a total of 12 points of damage to this thing. Sorry, you didn't last too long, book. I guess it's not too tough to take out a book. You may learn a lot from books, but you know, not too good against shurikens and knives and all that kind of stuff. I guess the sword was mightier than the pen in this situation. I'm going to gain 1 of my souls, 2 bucks. So we're going to put 2 more bucks on him. He's got 4. Now we get to see if this thing, this is going to be super funny, if this thing curses us for doing this. We have found, oh, a forfeit, it did curse us. Each player discards a potion. Oh no. So we're going to both lose 2 minor healing potions. We're going to discard those 2 minor healing potions from our characters, 1 each. And that is it. We were able to take that guy out. Our round comes to a close and we'll go up 1, 2, reaching a new threat level. Whenever a danger token is placed on a player, they take 3 damage. Oh, that's horrible. Now, it does say here, whenever the threat level reaches a threat, smell spreads. So we have to do that. And then that's what we're going to do. Smell is going to spread, and if we ever place one of those on one of our characters, they take 3 damage. So we're going to do the 3 threat or smell here, or the smell here. We're going to spread it for around 1 each, from what I understand. That's how it works. And I'm going to do that on the other starting squares as well. So when it's all said and done, it's going to look like this. It's good. The smell is spreading into the sewer, from the sewer into us. And hopefully we can not have to worry about it for too long. Looking at our player card, we would pass the quest token again, but it's a moot point at this point. If I'm doing that right, I believe I am. It does say each player now draws a sorcery card. So we'll start with the first, for the first player here. It'll be her. She's going to draw one. She's got forfeit. Each player, nope, I'm going to discard that. We're going to draw a new one. We have found ourselves Sturdy Squad again, a +1 maximum health. That's fantastic. All right. Her power is so good. And our Rogue's power, Thief's power. Actually, our Thief's power actually pretty good too, because it's this that's doing it. And his, that 3 damage is really good. Oh, forfeit. Each player loses a potion. That's horrible. So we're down to 1 potion each. We used to be in Potion City. Now we're in Potion Poor. It's our Paladin's turn, so we're going to roll up our die. And so we get a 5. It is going to move in this direction. It cannot. So it's going to stay right there, which is exactly where I want this thing. We're going to move our Paladin 1 space this way using one of our torches, because I've got torches. I might as well use the torches. I'm going to use a torch to go 1 this way. And we have found ourselves, oh my gosh, a whole ton of stuff. Oh, this is the perfect place to find before we fight the boss. I get a sorcery card. Let's see which one we got. We've got a forfeit, discard an active quest. I can do that. That's no problem. We're going to discard an active quest. We're going to gain 3 health. I'm already at maximum. But more importantly, I get to visit a merchant. I get to visit the merchant. That's be good. I'm going to get rid of kill 2 creatures without dying in a single turn. I don't think we're going to get that done. And that's totally fine. That's going to be this. Now let's do the merchant. I'm super excited to visit the merchant. We get to put out some new cards. I'm gonna put one, oh, what's this one? This one says Headhunter's Backpack. Whenever you kill a boss, gain 5 maximum health, restore 5 health. That's really good. All right, next one we found is going to be a CIKO. This is going to be a pet. It's a pet that allows me to gain 2 attack. That's fantastic. It's 50% off. It's normally 10. Well, it's going to be mine now. I'm going to pay 5 for that for sure. I have no reason not to. I think having that pet is going to be fantastic. So we're going to pay our 5 to buy that pet. We'll put it in our pet slot, which is going to be right here. It's going to be that spot there. So it'd normally be right up here like that. But I'm going to put it there, right there. Okay, that's fantastic. That's all we're going to do with that merchant. That merchant is going to disappear then. I wonder if I should spend 3. I'm going to spend 3 to do a lucky roll. Let's do a lucky roll and see what we find, what we get. Let's roll up our die and see. Hopefully get like a 6 or something. We got a 5. That's really good. Oh, I get a spell. All right, we get a spell card. We get Twist of Fate. Each player plays a free lucky roll in turn order. Well, why wouldn't I do that? That sounds like a really good idea. I'm going to play that spell. Why not? We're going to play that spell right now. So in turn order, we can do lucky dice rolls. I'm going to roll up her first. She got a 1. She got nothing. Let's roll up our thief. Our thief got a 6. That's fantastic. He gets an item card. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Item cards are really good. This is going to be his item card. Oh, look at this thing. Armored wristblade. Oh my gosh, he gets to be Assassin's Creed. How cool is this thing? Look at this thing. Oh, it's a melee attack weapon. It gets 2, 1, and 1. Oh my gosh, that's such a good card. Okay, fantastic. And since it only takes up 1 slot, it can go right there. It's going to gain an extra 1 defense, an extra 3 attack. 1, 2, 3, bringing it to 14 attack. That's so good. I can't think of anything better than we got. Especially for him, that so suits this character. It's so good. Now I am going to spend 1 more torch from our paladin here to move over here. We found a trap. That's totally fine. And this way I can kill this person and then hopefully try to get to one of these squares. That's going to be our plan. Let's draw our next trap. Hopefully it's going to like teleport me across the map or something. We have found a booby trap. A booby trap. It says an old-fashioned animal trap inactive for many years. Take 4 damage. Yuck. That is bad news. Now I do have this. When it says reveal and walk with a torch, spend 1 stamina and a torch to reveal an adjacent unrevealed hex to move to it. You may cancel a trap card once by putting it at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to do that. I'm going to cancel that trap card by putting it at the bottom of the deck. I don't want to deal with that. Now we're going to take this guy on. That's going to be our plan. Let's get him. Okay, I brought our boss in here. We're going to try to take this guy on. This boss does have 23 health. That's a lot of health. We got to do a lot of damage to this thing. It's 23 health. I have a total attack value of 10. I have a total attack value of 10, and this thing does 15 damage. Now, I've got 7, so I'm only going to take 8 when it hits me. So we're going to go there. All right, we'll see if we can do this. We've got to hit this guy. Let's hit him real good. Now, going to the preparation phase, I'm going to choose to hit him. That's just what I'm going to do. Before I do that, I'm actually going to cast my 2 spells. These are going to give me +1 maximum health, so I'm actually going to go to 29. I think that might help us out. That's going to be something we're going to do. And I may have had to do that before I started combat, but I think it's better if I do that. We're going to cast those before combat. Now we're going to choose to go into the square and fight this guy. Just make sure I do it right. Now I just realized it really doesn't matter, because if your maximum health goes up, you don't actually get to increase your health along with it. So it's actually going to be 27, but I'll still take 29 max health. That's not bad. We're going to roll our die to try to hit this guy. Let's see how we do. We got a 4. A 4 is -1 because I'm on normal. So instead of doing 10, I'm going to do 9. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know what? I could have just gone up 1 and down 1. There we go, 14. It's going to do 8 points of damage to me. So we're going to go from 7 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to 8. And then it's 9, sorry. And then it's going to do 2 at the end of turn. So it's actually doing 10 damage every turn, because it says here, whenever combat ends, take 2 damage. So the combat turn ended. So I'm going to roll again. I'm going to hit this guy and see what we do. We got a 2. That's no good. It's -3. So how much did I do? 10 minus 3 is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's down to 7 health, so there is a chance. Now it's doing another 10, which means I'm actually at 7 health right now, which is bad news. All right. Oh my gosh, I got to really hit this thing good. Okay, come on, I'll hit this thing good, hit this thing good. Let's see what we do. We got a 4. That's still a -1. So I'm going to do a total of 9. 9 is going to be enough. 9 is going to be enough. Oh, it goes to 0. Oh my gosh, that's nuts. Okay, so we did kill him. But notice, I mean, I needed to really bring everything. If I did not have the extra firepower from my 2 cards I was able to buy for her, I don't think I would have been able to take out this boss. The boss would have hit me next turn, or hit me if I did not kill it, and it would have killed me. I would not have had enough to withstand it. That would have been bad news. These leather tunic here for 2 actually saved me 6 health. So I would have actually been at 1. It would have been really bad. All right. Well, anyway, we killed him. I'm going to get 20 souls, going from 20 to 40 souls. That's awesome. And I'm going to gain $8. So we're going to take 5, 6, 7, 8 coins. We're going to put these into our coin pool, and more better than anything else, because more better is better than better more. Right, we get Incense of the Queen Gloomskant. It says here, whenever your turn ends, restore 2 health to yourself and each ally on an adjacent hex. Oh my gosh, that's actually hilarious. I'm standing next to him. It is going to go into my accessory slot, and you can have 2 of those. So we could have another accessory if we decide to get one. And since the queen died, we have to bring the threat to maximum, and we have to do the top part. It says open all passage hex, and whenever a turn ends, smell spreads. So at this point, we are going to open all of these doors, which is going to be great so I can get out of here, because we need to do that really badly. Because the smell is going to be absolutely everywhere. We are going to remove the boss. We were able to defeat the boss. Now, once that is done, we are actually going to do these other 2 that we passed by. So it says Gloomskant deals 4 damage up to 2. From up to 2. That's not going to happen because she's gone. And whenever a player steps on a danger token, they take 1 damage. So all this stacks. And this says, whenever a turn ends, each player in danger... whenever a threat level is reached, threat smell spreads. And we've gone to 3 of them. So we're going to spread it 3 times. So our first one is going to spread there. Then it's going to spread another time to there. And then for the 3rd time, it's going to spread to here and here, coming up from this area. So it's all through there. It smells. It almost got to me. Almost got to me, but it didn't quite get there. Okay, that's fantastic. Now, it's going to do it to all the other places as well, but I don't think it's going to matter too much, because I am going to spend 2 stamina points, or 1 stamina point, to move to this location and leave. Going into my thief, we don't have to roll for the boss, because the boss is dead. And so we're just going to move into our action phase. And so he's just going to spend 1 to move here. And we have escaped this dungeon. And we'd move into the next one, which would be Cabora the Corrupted Ruins, if we wanted to continue this. But at this point, we're going to stop here. But just know you would move on to this one. You would set up your next board just like this. And from what I understand, you do carry everything over so that your characters remain as powerful as they are. You would then switch out the respected decks for the traps, add in any sorcery or any item cards into the decks that are already there. You'd kind of shuffle them in. From what I understand, you shuffle all the stuff that you're gaining into the decks that are already there. So we would shuffle them into our other sorcery deck and item deck respectively. And there are also new quests that you would then be revealing as well when you move into your next mission here. So there you have it. We were able to defeat Queen Gloomskant, which I'm sure I was pronouncing wrong the entire time. That's okay. This is actually a really fun dungeon crawler. I like how fast it moves, and I like the fact that you can work together, or you could play as competitively too. And I think it's pretty cool that all this is pretty symmetrical, so everybody kind of has an equal chance at getting to this boss and trying to take the boss out and gaining the rewards from it. I do like the merchant. I think the merchant's pretty cool. We'd only found 1 merchant tile, but that was enough to complete a lot of our quests, which I think are awesome. They have quests that aren't only just kill things. There's a whole range of quests that are going to be that you can go for while you're playing through the game. I do like the absolutely astronomical amount of cards that are in this game when it comes to loot, sorcery spells, even the, what do you call them, the things, traps, trap cards, the quest cards, all that. There's so many of them that you're never going to see the same thing twice, or at least you're not going to see a lot of the same thing over and over. There's going to be some variety as you play through the game. And of course, there are many different characters you can choose from that are able to perform different things inside of the game. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough of Ruinborn. If you're interested in supporting this, please check out the link in the description of the video. That is where you can find the crowdfunding link and you can check it out. If you're interested in any questions, please post those in the comment section. I'll try to answer them, and if not, I can maybe find out from the designer of your question and hopefully get it answered. Or, of course, you can go check out the crowdfunding page and they might have some answers to your questions there. Now, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell symbol so you know when more content from myself and Colin come out. Also, please feel free to leave anything in the comment section below. Are you interested in this game? Do you think this game is something you'd be interested in? I would love to hear what people have to say. Also, if you're interested in supporting the channel, the link to the Patreon is also found in the description of this video. Those that are part of the Patreon are shown here on the screen. Thank you so much for your patronage. It means the world to me. People that join the Patreon do get some perks. One is they do get to watch our playthroughs, usually about a day or two ahead of time, without commercial interruptions. On top of that, when it comes to any of the games that Colin and I play, we do try to have our Patreon supporters help us decide what characters we play or how we kit out our characters, how we were able to advance them in some of our campaign games that we play. It gives the Patreon supporters a chance to have a say in how the game continues to play or how it actually is going to be played. So there you have it. That was Ruinborn. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. Please check out the link to the crowdfunding in the description of the video and also in the comment section or wherever else I try to be able to put it. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're excited to see what Colin and I have coming up, then I need you to meet me at the table.